Prostitution still illegal?
Here, yes, here it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, those are okay. The tatas. The text tatas. No real tatas.
What? That is not what that was supposed
Eric,
to
TIE
be.
fighter.
Michael.
Sure. Is it,
Foul.
is it a sphincter? Or?
That seems to be.
No, it's a TIE fighter.
It's a
Oh, okay.
sci-fi.
It's a TIE
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
Sure.
may the fourth be with you.
All right, so let's see what happened in the last 20 minutes. So you guys, yeah,
Damn.
you guys, you fought the spiders. You met a goblin outside of the town, who kind of told you that the goblins were up to some nefarious like portal type stuff going on in the place that they are from. You stole some prayer beads from some cultists, and then you arrived in a destroyed town where Mist sort of revealed that he knows where you're going because he's been there before, and in fact it's where he was cast 200 years into the future, which is you guys' present now, and some bad shit went down. And so sort of here you are entering the forest, and that's sort of where we are.
Okay.
So you've entered the forest. What do you do?
Hey, look at that tree.
That is a tree.
I see a tree.
Yeah, roll for Defy Danger. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, no.
Mist is out. Peace.
So, but yeah. You have anything you want to do upon entering the forest?
So this is the forest that is creepy and
Yes, this is currently known as the Forgotten Forest, but you will remember it as the Tanglewood Forest.
cool.
Do I learn how to be a Jedi here?
Quite possibly. You have to find the really old goblin who can move things with his mind.
Yes.
So, and then you have to raise an X-wing from the swamp. So,
Jesus.
Does he walk around claiming his stick is better than bacon?
my stick is better than your stick. Okay, so anyways,
Are we gonna get attacked by seagulls?
only a flock of only a flock of them.
Stop it now.
I guess I'll roll this one out. I want to know if there's danger around us right now.
All right, cool.
That's a good way to start.
Yeah. So you want to do a discern realities? I guess is kind of what you're looking for.
Sure, man.
Yeah.
I know nothing.
Yeah, you
Is
really.
it intelligence or wisdom?
That's wisdom.
Damn, I know nothing.
So you don't know a whole lot. That happens. People don't know things. So you're progressing through the woods. As you guys are sort of walking through, you notice that something is missing from the forests. You don't hear any animal sounds. There's no wind. It's almost dead silent.
We're gonna die.
So
I feel bad.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Give
Can
me a
Mist
cover.
smell the air?
sure, you can smell the air. Give a whiff.
Does he smell goblins in the air?
You do you do discern the faint smell of goblins that you've smelled before. Yes.
Oh, great!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mist wants to
Goblin.
trail in the middle of the pack.
Yeah. So.
I want to kind of casually do detect magic every now and then, just because this is a very unnatural feeling. There should
Yeah.
be something making noise, and
Yeah.
just strikes me as odd. So I will do detect magic.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Let me get you to roll for a detect magic real quick. Actually. All right. Yeah. So, you detect a fairly strong source of magic, but it's pretty far away. It's like sort of deep in the forest. Immediately surrounding you, you don't detect anything. But if there was like sort of a small amount of magic around you, it'd probably be overshadowed by what you're feeling in the distance. So
Okay, I do relay that I sense magic in a general direction, further into the forest. Whether or not that's where we need to go, don't know.
yep. So
But,
you could you did discern realities. You didn't find anything on that though. All right. So I assume, or well, I don't presume. Do you kind of keep trudging through the forest? Do you make your way in, or because you're still obviously looking for your items and whatnot?
Yep.
All right. So,
Sure, it's gonna happen anyway, right?
Yep.
you could turn around and become goat farmers right now. You could abandon your quest.
Sally
and,
forth.
you know,
I've always wondered what it was like to farm beets.
yeah, you could do that. This could turn into a very dice heavy version of Animal Crossing.
Yeah, beet farm sounds nice.
Yep. So as you delve further into the forest, it sort of gets denser and darker. Any semblance of the sun that existed, that's just gone. You sort of have like an ambient glow that's all around, but you, because of the canopy, you can't see the sky above you. And just then, you sort of hear some rustling in the distance, and you sort of see what looks like maybe a patrol in the distance. There are 3 figures walking.
Is it right there?
Sure, why not?
There's a guy right there in the middle. I can
that's-
see him.
I noticed a guy. I keep pinging him. So it's if we see a patrol coming our way, have they noticed us yet?
Not yet, no.
Guys, I'll see you on the other side. And I'll cast invisibility on myself.
All right.
Let's get a
All right.
roll.
Well, if patrol's coming, I'm gonna try to hide. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Let them
Yep, me
pass.
too.
All right. So
Take a -1 to my next spell.
Sure. All right. So so the troll. It's well. What are the rest of y'all doing? What's
I'm gonna
Jeff-
hide as well.
all right. All right. And Jeff, what are you doing?
I gotta go with everyone else. I gotta hide my big giant self.
Yeah. All right. So it's coming your way. Can I get everyone to roll a Defy Danger then for the hiding of yourselves?
Which mod do you take on that?
I guess
Mystified danger.
how is it that you're hiding? I guess is a good question.
I'm gonna jump in the trees.
So you're gonna go on Dex then.
Yes, I succeed.
I've always been a hide in the bushes kind of guy.
All right. So we'll go Dex on that too, and
I need to roll even though I'm invisible, or
No, you're fine at the moment. You're already sort of hidden. And then what's Lugus doing?
I'm also going to. Well, yeah, I'm gonna also try and hide up in a tree. I
Okay.
guess.
And what's your? Do you have a modifier on your Dex?
I got 0 on the modifier. I just got
Okay.
dexterity 12.
Cool. All right. So as this patrol walks by and it gets closer, you guys see it's 3 goblins. One
no.
one appears to be an archer. One is sort of like maybe like a fighter class, and another one seems to be like maybe a druid. So they don't see most of you. However, the big hulking fighter who rolled the 5
Yeah.
is sticking out like a sore thumb. He's just too big to hide behind anything. So they sort of immediately spot him and draw arms against him. So what's
They would.
what's up? Yeah.
Well, since the game is up at this point, I guess are they immediately drawing arms and attacking, or are they getting ready to?
They've stopped and they've drawn their weapons. They see you. They've drawn your weapons.
Well,
they may speak to you, but this is all happening right now. So as they draw their weapons, what is sort of your first response?
well, they're goblins.
I'm gonna stay in the tree and I'm just gonna watch.
Uh,
If they attack them, I'm gonna drop out of the trees. But for now, I
I'm
think I'll
going
be
to.
quiet.
Well, at this point, I guess I'm going to. I'm going to see what they do, and then try and counter whatever attack comes my way.
All right. So,
if they do in fact attack.
is anyone else doing anything, or are you guys staying hidden for the moment?
I'm just watching.
Yep.
If they make any offensive actions, then I'll follow suit.
It took a lot of work to get in this bush. I think I'm gonna.
That's what he said? Anyways.
Now I see why you wanted the headphones.
Yeah.
Kids around, dude.
Aram shoots the mage with a spitball gun.
Yeah. So
in the eye.
And Miss is just hanging out as well, I assume.
Oh, he's staying in the tree.
Yeah, sure.
I'm waiting.
So
I told you I don't like goblins. My character hates them.
as they draw their weapons, the one who's the fighter, he's sort of center of them. He calls out to you and he says, "You, what are you doing here? Who are you?"
No, damn it. I'm lost.
Lost, you say? I don't believe you. Humans rarely enter this forest, and you don't seem to be one of the cultists.
Cultists? What cultists?
You know who I mean. The cultists, with their fanatical beliefs and their prudish ways.
Can you point me there in their direction?
Enough of this banter. Surrender yourself, so we will kill you.
I hear you.
That's gonna be a hard no. It's gonna be a hard no, and so I guess since he wants to kill me, I'm gonna get the I'm gonna try and I guess knock the shit out of him before he can get to me. So let's see, weapons are already drawn. I guess this the archer already has a arrow knocked.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. That's lucky. Well, I got basically a gun pointed at me.
Mm-hmm.
What does the fighter goblin have? Sword, axe, what?
He's got a sword. Looks like it's like a scimitar, like a scimitar kind of.
And the mage is just ready to snap his fingers, I guess, right?
Well, he's a druid, so druids sort of like shapeshift into animals.
Okay. Okay, then I'm going to try. How far away are they from?
We'll say they're about 50 feet in front of you.
50 feet?
Yeah.
Damn. That archer's got range.
Are they below me?
Yes. Well, they're below you at an angle, so
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to, I guess, since there's no way I can get to the archer in time before he loses an arrow, I guess I'm going to make a hard charge for the fighter, and hopefully somebody is able to take care of that damn archer before he loses an arrow.
Okay. All right.
I've got something in mind.
All right.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go for that fighter.
All right. So yeah, let's roll for attack then on your strength then.
That's 2d6.
Yep.
Or d10.
2d6 for the if you can do it or not. D10 if you actually succeed for damage.
2d6.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So yeah, you're gonna make some hit. Go ahead and roll for damage as well.
On my d10.
Yes. All right. Cool. All right. So you're gonna rush towards this guy. As you're doing so, as this is all going down, the archer is going to loose an arrow just in your general direction. It's not going to hit you yet. This is all happening very quickly. And then also at the same time, the druid starts transforming. But in the meantime, you're going to deal some damage to this guy. So tell me how you dash towards him and do some damage.
Well, I'm going to dash towards him full speed. I'm going to come out. I'm going to try and roll to miss the arrow, just thinking.
Yeah.
And as I come up out of the roll, I'm going to swing overhand with that big ass axe of mine and try and split his skull in half.
Okay. All right. And then do you want to roll another D4 for additional damage, but opening yourself up to attack?
You know what? Fuck it. Let's do this.
Okay.
Yes, I'll roll the D4.
Okay.
Just 1 D4.
Yep. Cool. All right. And so you're basically gonna make 2 attacks. You'll make the first one, so you'll hit him with the sword. It won't take his skull off, but definitely put a nice gash in his head, knocking him to the ground. And then you can take another swing in the same motion. So give me some action on that too.
Another D10.
No. Just tell me how you do like some additional damage, basically.
Okay. So I come down with the overhand, and as I let the he deflects a little bit of it, I guess. So I let it come down, and as I bring it around, I don't come up in a straight overhead fashion this way, but I do let the weight of the axe carry around by my side, and then I come in at an angle this time and go for up underneath the arm, because he has his hands up deflecting the blow still, so I'm trying to catch him in the rib cage on this second attack.
Okay, all right. So yeah, you knock him a couple feet after the second blow back from you. Meanwhile, we've got Finn, who is casting a spell. Finn, what spell are you casting?
I am curious if Magic Missile functions the same way in this setting as it does in others. In that it hits pretty much any target I aim at. I want to target the archer's bowstring.
Okay, sure. So yeah.
Okay.
You just roll for success, and then if so, then yeah.
Okay, I'm at a -1 for this next spell.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get any bonus for being invisible?
Sure, you can take advantage on that. You can take a +1 to your roll, so it'll negate your -1.
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, nice.
No, that happens.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
All right. And Magic Missile does damage too, right? So
It does.
all right, so yeah, let's do some of that too.
Three total.
All right, so yeah, so explain to me how you you sort of sever the bow and also maybe hit the goblin in the same process.
Yeah, I just kind of loose the Magic Missile as he has a arrow back. I was hoping to catch it before he loosed it, but I apparently did not. But the beam of force cuts through the arrow string and kind of grazes his cheek in the process.
Okay. All right, cool. So yeah, definitely taking some damage on that. He's caught a little off guard as his bow sort of breaks in front of him, and he's caught on the side of the cheek. Meanwhile, the druid who is transforming has now completed the transformation and is now a bear, sort of this green furry bear looking creature.
Great.
Yep. And so you've got the archer to your left. You've got the fighter sort of been knocked back, sort of in the center in front of you guys, and then you've got this sort of big green surly bear to the right of you. So what is Mist doing? Is he back awake now from falling asleep in the tree?
He's wondering that if he falls out of this tree, is he going to surprise these people if he attacks them?
Sure, you can take an advantage on some surprise, because you still have a little bit of distance, so you'll be descending upon him. So they'll maybe see you at the last second, but you'll certainly get a plus to your roll.
All right. Well, it says I'm going to use backstab, so whenever I attack a surprised or defenseless enemy, I get to choose one or two of these options.
Okay.
So let's try it. Plus Dex. All right, don't let me down.
Oh,
All right, let me down. That's a
Oh,
6. Damn.
Okay.
I get nothing.
man.
Yeah. Well, what's your dex?
2.
All right. So
Oh,
you get +2, and then you get advantage as a +1.
I get a 7.
So you have 7.
So I get 1.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna do with. I'll do my damage plus another D6,
Okay. All right.
and I'm gonna attack that stupid bear.
All right. Sure. Do it.
fuck that bear.
All right. So here's that. Oh, I get an 8 with my +1
All right.
rapier,
Sure.
and then I get another D6.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that bear dies terribly. Yeah.
Yep. You're gonna murder the bear. So let's hear about it.
Sweet.
Did
So I kind of drift off because I'm not quite up yet, and I just fall out of the tree and I say "fuck it" and I just start running. And they're pretty surprised, and I decide to act like I don't know what I'm doing, so I fall to the ground. And at the last second, I pop up and push my sword through his head.
Nice. All right.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. And as you do so, he sort of reverts back to his goblin form, and so now you just have sort of like skewered goblin head on your rapier, with body sort of dangling limp. As that's happening, the fighter goblin that's sort of been knocked back several feet reaches down at his side and pulls out a horn and blows on it, releasing sort of this trump sound. It's very loud.
Oh, great.
Right. But while that's happening, what is Aram doing? Oh, I can't hear Aaron. Can you guys hear Jeff?
I cannot hear him either.
Nope.
I can't hear him. I got to refresh as well. I can't see any of you guys. Can you guys see me?
Nope.
No, I don't.
I can hear you though.
I don't.
I am refreshing.
I don't see Chris either.
Oh, I can't see.
No.
him either.
See most of you guys? Half of you guys?
Jeff, you there?
Oh.
I'm refreshing.
I see everybody now, but I don't hear Jeff.
You will hear me now.
Yes.
I hear him now.
Now I hear you. Yep. So, all right. So, what is Aram doing?
I want to get in this fight.
Yeah,
That bear-looking thing anywhere close to me?
the bear's dead.
Bear. Oh.
Bear's dead now.
How about that horn-blowing sissy goblin?
Yeah. He's still alive. I mean, he's
Yeah, kill that jerk.
he's nearly dead, but he's around.
He can't
needs
blow
to
the
be
horn if
ended.
he doesn't have a head.
Yeah. Well, he's already blown it. Right. That's happened. So,
Don't rain on my parade, Michael. I'm gonna swing at the
yeah. Sure.
horny goblin.
Sure.
Horny goblin.
Yeah. I mean, you're up in that bush, so. All right. I see Chris now. All right. Cool.
Yeah, I see everybody but Dusty, but I hear everybody, so
Yeah.
that's good.
God damn.
That game just went back to the
Good night, sweeties.
window again, reloading.
Bye. See you tomorrow, okay? Oh, no. On the guitar.
Is everybody there?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay.
Yes,
If roll 20 didn't have problems, it wouldn't be roll 20.
Yeah.
It's true.
But it's what we got,
You
right?
guys see me now? Can you see me now?
Nope. But
Well,
to
shit.
be fair, your icon fades in and out all the time. So
That is true.
yeah.
But we can't hear you,
Well,
so that's good.
As long as we got the audio, that's. Oh, there you are. I see you.
Hey, there he is. Yeah.
I still don't see Chris. I had Chris and then I lost him.
Yeah, Chris just.
I'm still here.
We can hear you.
Yep, hear you. All right. So, anyways, Aram, you're attacking that dude. Okay, is that's your so you're definitely gonna get him pretty good. All right, so roll for some damage then.
That's 10, right? D10.
Whatever your sheet says. I don't know.
Oh no.
It's okay though, because that is still enough to kill him. So, go ahead and tell me how you kill the dude.
Well, I see him raise the horn like that, So I go through the
Well,
other side.
like
through
I
his
said, to
neck.
be fair, he's blown it, but the horn's up in the air. He's blown it, but you can kill him.
He's blown it in more than one way.
Yeah.
He should have run away before I killed him.
So, are you severing the head then?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. So you goblins, they're small and kind of frail, and you're a big dude with a big sword. So yeah, you lop his head right off. Like it's pretty easy. Rolls on the ground. His body falls to the ground. Some little bit of goblin blood flies up. You sort of destroy the horn in the process too, because he was holding it up. So you break the horn into pieces. So that's where we are on that guy. Bear's dead. Fighter goblin's dead. Still got that archer though to deal with now. At this point in time, he's drawn 2 blades from his backside, so he's now wielding 2 daggers. What is Lucas doing?
Well, he was to the left of me, correct?
correct.
So he was
So
on
he
the
was on
left.
the
The fighter
left,
was
the
in the
fighter was in
middle.
the middle,
The
the
was
druid
on the right.
Yes, well, he was to the left. Yeah, he's the only one left alive. The other 2 guys are dead. So you just got this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess I turn my attention to him, and I am gonna go in and dash at him and try and cut his legs off
Okay.
with my giant axe.
Let's do some rolling for that. See how it goes.
All right. Oh yeah.
All right, and that's plus your strength, which is +2, so you get a 10. And so yeah, go ahead and roll for some damage.
Some damage. Ugh.
All right, cool.
Sacre bleu.
Yep. And do you want to do an additional D4 for but opening yourself up to attack?
No, I'm gonna save some for the guys.
Yep. Cool. All right. So yeah, tell me how you sort of inflicted some pain upon this goblin.
So I, after I've already attacked the old fighter dude. He's done his little horn blowing. That ticked me off pretty bad, because now I know that there's probably going to be a horde coming this way. So I just pick my axe up and baseball swing straight towards his legs to try and cut him out from underneath him.
All right.
And that is that.
All right. Cool. All right. So yeah, you got to make your swing to cut his legs. He does sort of jump up when you do so. So you sort of catch him in the feet. You don't cut him off, but you definitely as you hit, his body gets knocked, and he actually hits the side of his head on the side of your axe, and then tumbles to the ground. Pretty knocked out of it. He's taken 4 damage. Yep. All right, so he's pretty hurt. Maybe not got a lot of life in him, and he's sort of on the ground, sort of dazed and confused at the moment. So that being the case, what is Finn doing?
Oh, he's not dead yet, so guess I can discern realities to see if I hear or see any other of the goblins' allies coming.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
See anything?
So yeah, you kind of listen out for maybe anything that might be coming or going on, but sort of the sounds around you of the fighting is pretty distracting, and beyond that, you still sort of just right now hear the calm of the forest. So you didn't really discern a whole lot currently.
It's going to be okay.
I
Hear that, fellas? It's good.
I like that optimistic attitude for sure. All right.
We're all good.
We're all good. Yeah. All right. So what's Mist up to?
Miss gives that goblin the big middle finger and throws one of his daggers at it.
All right. So let's
In the face.
roll on that.
Sure.
In the face.
Nope, not a fucking thing. He misses horribly.
Well, he's sort of dazed. He's dazed and confused on the ground. You get a +1 for advantage.
Okay.
Plus your dex of 2. So
Right.
that pushes you right into that 7 range.
Oh, good. So I hit him.
Yep. So roll for some damage.
Cool.
In the face.
All that damage, boy.
So he won't die, but he'll be very near death. So tell me how this blade enters his body and causes.
All right. Well, because I was too busy giving my finger to the goblin, and I was so occupied about how pissed off goblins make me, and I was trying to get the blood off my sword. I threw at his face and accidentally hit him in the dick.
Sure. Yeah. You definitely hit him right in the gonads, and
That was great.
lots of excruciating pain. He's already sort of on the ground a little bit. He grabs sort of where the dagger went in. You see a tear go down his face.
Tear drop.
Yep.
A tear drops my eye.
Yeah, and he just looks pretty defeated and terrible. What's Aram doing?
I need to
After
take
he
a
gets
swing
done
with
dying laughing.
Go step on him or something, man. Just kill this.
Yes, I will do that. I will do that.
Twist his dick.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
So he's completely prone.
My
to,
goodness.
He's completely prone to this moment. There's not much that he can do by way of anything. So that's a freebie. You can go curb stomp him if you want to.
Go put that horn in him.
Yeah, look, man, you don't have to roll for this one. This is a gimme.
Oh,
He's-
all right.
So,
Do what you want.
tell me how you ended life.
Grab his dick and twist it.
It's already severed.
He choked him with his own.
Crush his windpipe with my boot.
All right, sweet.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
There you go.
Put your boot on his throat and proceed to end his poor little goblin life. All those little goblin children just lost their daddy. It's sad. All right.
I'm not sad. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, right. So,
Mist is muttering while he's wiping his sword off with the dead goblin's clothes.
Yep. Sort of as the battle comes to an end, and you'll sort of dusting yourselves off, recovering from the battle. You look up and you notice you're not alone.
No.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Yeah. So
Man, you told us it was good.
yeah. So
Is it Orokai?
no, so surrounding you on all sides and even in the trees, there is 50 plus goblins surrounding all of you.
Oh, great.
Yep.
Yeah.
All weapons drawn. One of them kind of looks like maybe like a chieftain, possibly. Steps forward and he says to you, "You there! Why have you come to our forest, and why do you kill our brethren?"
Why, we were just doing you a favor. The warrior down there, he was trying to claim your throne, and we thought we'd help you out by dispatching him.
He says, "Silly human! Have you no knowledge of goblins? We are not the simpletons we once were. You cannot fool me with your human trickery."
Try.
Yeah.
It's try.
Yeah. So
He
but as he's looking at you, he says, "Hold on a minute. You're not all human, are you?"
I'm 1/4 goblin on my father's mother's side.
100%.
He cries out, "Lies! Lies! I hate it when they lie to us." And
You have pointed ears. I've got pointed ears.
all the goblins around, I'll just start screaming, lies, 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 lies.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh no!
Yep. So the chieftain, he holds his hand, and the muttering stops, and he says, "Surrender yourselves now, or prepare to die."
What you mean, surrender ourselves or prepare to die?
Miss is gonna say, "Go fuck yourself." This is garbage.
He
Surrender
said-
ourselves.
He says, "You
What?
can come with us peacefully, or you can die where you stand."
Do I have to give up anything, or am I just gonna follow them somewhere?
They're just going to take you away, sort of prisoner style.
Prisoner style? Elaborate. Miss isn't down for being tied up.
They're
I
not
don't
going.
like that noise.
They're not going to tie you up, but they're going to like surround you and lead you in a direction, I guess.
All right, cool. I'm down with that. We can fight a Sarlacc at the pit when they bring us there, guys.
Yeah,
It'll be easier than fighting 50 goblins.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna die here
if we fight them, we are. There's
Yeah.
50 of
yeah,
them.
we're
There's
gonna
only
fucking
50
die.
of them. That's what,
So
like
I'm
point,
down.
5 for each of us, or something.
I
wait.
took my
Wait. Mist wants to challenge the Goblin King to a poison off. We'll both drink the same poison. I have 2 vials of it, and the first one that dies loses. And then we get to pick what we want to do.
He says no.
Come on, Mike. I had this one in the bag, man.
He says inconceivable.
This is simply
That's what I was thinking too.
inconceivable.
So yeah, all right. So are y'all prepared to be sort of taken away at this time, or?
As long as I'm not touched by those dirty goblins, yeah.
I suppose.
All right. So they take you deeper into the forest, leading you down these varied paths and sort of narrow tree alleyways, as it were. A lot of this is parts of the forest that Mist, even though you've been here before, you've never navigated, and then also Aram. It's certainly deeper than you or your tribe had ever been. So as they're sort of like leading you through, they sort of bring you to sort of this cave area, and they sort of walk you down into the cave. And inside the cave is sort of a makeshift prison. And they sort of escort you into one of the cells. The chieftain says, "You'll wait here and cause us no more trouble. We goblins won't be in this plane of existence for long." So he leaves. There's still about 20 goblins throughout the jail. As you came in the jail, you noticed there was a large number of fey creatures in the various jail cells. What do you want to do as you're sort of sitting in this jail at the moment? Do you have anything you want to do at the moment?
Nobody knows.
Are there guards directly outside of our door?
Yeah, they're patrolling back and forth, and there are guards stationed out sort of in different places.
So hypothetically, if I decided to pick the lock, would there be a shit ton of guards all over us, or will we be able to sneak out of here?
Quite potentially, that could happen. Sure.
Okay. I think I want to ask my fellow friends what they think the best course of action is. Because I do have tricks of trade. I do get pluses on picking locks and crap.
Yeah. And like I said, there are other prisoners in here that you could interact with. You could interact with the guards as well. That's possible.
There's other prisoners?
Not in your particular cell, but in
How
the
many-
prison.
Oh, okay.
How many other Fae on the way?
Say what now?
How many other Fae did we see on the way in?
I got this written down somewhere. Hold on. So you see about 40 40-ish members of Fae. There's 2 or 3 in a cell here, 1 in a cell there, maybe 3 or 4 in another cell here. They're sort of scattered about.
Do any of these Fae recognize me?
Not as you initially walked in, but you were sort of surrounded by a horde of goblins and escorted into your cell. So they haven't had a chance to really have a good look at you.
That sounds like a yes, but not yet. Okay.
Okay.
So as you guys are sort of discussing and talking, a voice carries over from sort of the cell next door, and it says, "Finn, my boy, is that you?" And Finn, you hear the voice of your father.
Eddie! What are you doing here?
He says, "By the gods, it is you! How have you ended up in here?"
Oh, we were going to kill 50 goblins, but we decided to show mercy on them.
He chuckles and he says, "You always did have a fine sense of humor. But honestly, your mother and I, we've been here for years now. We thought we'd never see you again."
Oh, now that we're here, how about busting everybody out at this joint?
He says, he calls back and he says, "Certainly we've been trying to escape for years, but there are just so many goblins. They're like ants." He says, they've gathered us here. They're stealing our magic. They're using us as basically batteries, and they have magical items they use as conduits to steal their power. It seems as though they're performing some ritual. They're trying to open a portal, I think, but they don't know the magic they're tinkering with. They don't understand magic.
Is this portal to another plane, or just another place on this plane's home, I guess?
I'm going to go with to Doom World.
He says, "It seems as though they're trying to escape this plane of existence altogether. They fear some catastrophe that's to befall the Earth. I don't know exactly what. They just keep muttering about it's all going to end and they must act soon. But it's like they're constructing a way to open this portal by using our power and these magical items they've collected."
What do you guys think?
Well, it's obvious we got to get out of here. I just don't know the right course of action for said getting out of here.
Valid.
Try and bend the bars, I guess.
Good. So sort of as this interaction is taking place, as you're sort of talking and whatever, a commotion starts to break out, and so you rush to the bars to see sort of what's going on, and it looks like they were removing a lot of the Fae from their cages. They're pulling them out, in batches, and the Fae are sort of trying to resist, but there are just so many goblins, they're overwhelmed. And so they're emptying out the cells sort of one at a time. And as the commotion gets bigger and bigger, they start removing Finn's parents from their cell.
Put that back.
And so your father he yells out to you. He says, "Finn, my boy, don't do anything stupid now. Wait for the right moment." And,
Do something stupid then.
Yeah, right. And they pull them away. Do you want to yell anything towards them or talk to them as they're being dragged out?
Don't tell them what the secret artifact is.
Yeah. All right. He says, "I won't, my boy, but I don't know what we'll do." And his voice fades as they sort of take him away. But also in this commotion, it seems like most of the guards have spilled out of the tomb. The last sort of few, one looks in there, and he says to one of his people, he says, "What about these here? Are we taking them too?" And the guy calls back and he says, "They've not been tested for magic. We don't know what they possess. Just leave them." And they all sort of exit out, and the sounds sort of die down until you don't hear anything anymore, and your party is seemingly the only thing left in the jail cells.
Are we leaving this place?
We leaving. We up out this bitch.
All right, I think I'm gonna try to pick the lock now.
All right, cool.
Yeah. If you,
Yeah, that's happening. That's an 11.
All right, so
So on a 10 plus, I do it no problem. We out of this place.
you pick a lock, the door swings open. So what do you do? Where do you go?
Where do we go, guys? Do we explore, or do we go after Finn's parents? I mean,
I would like to go after my parents.
yeah,
I think that's the right thing to do.
Cool. All right.
So let's head towards that.
I mean, Finn has magical abilities. They may as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my parents, at least one of them, would. Perhaps enough to help us locate the items we're after.
Yep.
Indeed.
So,
So,
do you follow the goblin tracks or whatever as they've sort of left out of the thing?
Yeah,
yes.
sure.
Okay.
Are they wearing any specific type of clothing?
They who? The goblins or your parents?
The goblins.
They're wearing various armaments. They sort of look like fantasy militarized. You know, you've got a variety of fighters / sorcerers / maybe barbarian types, druids, rangers, all that kind of stuff.
Well, if we're in the jail, I guess would we be like close to any kind of barracks or like guard station where we could find some of their attire as well?
Possibly you can look around.
Goblin stuff.
There's you can sort of explore around the come out of the cave. Well, as you come out of the cave, right, there's just sort of still just forest, right? And so there's nothing like immediately around other than just the cave. So this is like a makeshift. You could look around the forest, or like I said, the tracks might lead towards maybe where their civilization might be, or I don't know. So.
Okay, I was just trying to find like a cloak or something that helped me. If that's not the case, then I'm not going to worry about it.
Okay. All right. So hold on. Let me move peoples to places with things. There we go. All right. So as you follow the tracks that lead away from the prison, they bring you upon what you can only assume is the goblin village itself. It's a village in the woods. Certainly more civilized looking than you would have expected for goblins. They have houses made out of crafted wood. They have some semblance of a path roadway system that goes through. They have sort of gating that's around. But by and large, you don't see a lot of goblins in the town. It seems to be pretty vacant as you're sort of like coming up upon it. The tracks sort of veer around the town and then off sort of off into the distance. Is there anything you'd like to do at this point?
Well, I'm not opening any doors. That didn't turn out very well for me last time.
Which of us is going to have the hardest time blending in?
That'd be me.
All of you.
Yeah, that's. So I might cast invisibility on the axe wielding fighter.
Okay. All right.
So he is less stand outish.
All right. Let's roll for that.
It's not terrible, but it's not good.
Yep. All right.
But it works.
Cool. All right. So
let's take a -1 to my next spell.
all right. So
I don't want to draw attention to myself.
sure. Then Lucas is invisible until further notice or action upon. So
That is dangerous.
yep. So now you're going to try and enter the village, or are you going to follow the tracks as they sort of lead off into the distance, or become duck farmers?
I said dead farmers, man. No ducks.
Farmers.
Beet farmers.
I'll send you my bill.
Like the Beastie Boys.
The Beatsy Boys. Sure. So what's up? What are we doing? What's the party plan here?
I'd still like to try to follow the goblins if we can.
Yep. All right. So the rest of the group agree?
Yep.
All right.
I'm down. I have sworn to protect Finn, so I'm down to help him and his familia.
Yeah. Joel, you there?
Thank you.
I am there.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, you were just sitting super still. It looked like your screen had froze, but like you were just, like you died. All right, cool. All right. So, anyways, so you follow the tracks. As you follow the tracks past the town and sort of deeper into the woods, you're going to come upon the portal site, and what you see as you sort of come up on the portal, it looks as though the Fae have all been tied to posts around what might be the backside of the portal. You'll see 100+ goblins. They're all waiting in front of the portal, and a lot of them have like bags and packages and belongings. It looks like they're waiting to sort of feed into the portal once it opens. There's families, children, and they're all just sort of lined in front of this thing. In wait, and then in front of the portal, there are 20 goblins, and they all have items in their hands. You can maybe faintly make out that some of these items might be, resemblance of your items. They're all small and trinkety, a lot of talismans and things like that, so they all have the items pointed sort of towards the portal, and they have a hand doing motions and signs. And about that time, you see sort of the physical manifestation of magic start flowing forth from the Fae that are gathered around the 40-ish Fae, and it's flowing sort of into the trinkets, and then via the trinkets into the portal, and the portal sort of starts to swirl and pulse. What are you guys doing?
So that's what, 100 goblins plus 20.
Yeah, 100-ish. I mean, it's hard to count like on the spot exactly 100 goblins, right?
Can I?
Anyone have a belt-fed weapon?
No.
I can cast magic missile over and over again and just say pew pew.
In the game, no.
Yeah. So, you're still some distance away too, right? You're not close enough to maybe like act upon, because, there's still a good bit of distance, because you've got like 100 goblins between you and the portal, and the people around the portal and the Fae behind it, sort of. I guess the question is, how do you want to approach?
And so we can definitely tell how this portal's being powered, right? It's pretty obvious that it's these parts, right? These pieces of magic.
Yeah. Like I said, they're using this. If you remember the conversation with the shaman, sort of that you had before, goblins themselves can't use magic in and of themselves. Right. They can only use magical items, and so they're sort of just, like I said, using the Fae as batteries and using those items to channel the power from them into the portal. Yeah, quite possibly. Finn can tell that this is sort of like as it's pulling the magic from them, it is slowly draining their life force.
Can we tell, like, is there like a distinct stone or something that this is being pulled into, or is it just turning on?
It's sort of like just powering it, but it's feeding into the portal itself. It is like opening the portal. Did you see the last season of that show Castlevania? Yeah, and so like the beast was like fueling power directly into the portal to open it.
Right.
So I think maybe like that sort of scenario.
Okay, so there's no pedestal like Stargate where they're dialing it.
No.
I'm thinking we should find Gul'dan and off that son of a bitch, because he is definitely powering this thing with these elves.
I know it's a long shot, but any chance there's like some sort of like loose boulders that are above this area? I know it's a forest, so probably not, or maybe like a dam or something. I'm trying to find some sort of catastrophic catalyst because we can't take on 50 goblins.
No, right, of course not. Yeah, so not at the moment. At the moment, you can maybe just like possibly get closer and see what's going on, or you can, I don't know, hang back and see what happens when the portal opens. That's up to you.
No, because I feel like they're going to open the portal, and like I said, a dragon or some shit's going to come out of it, and we're going to have to fight that too.
I have this crazy idea. I can't remember. Dusty, what's your character's name again? I had it written down and I lost my page.
Right, it's Lugas.
Yeah. Lucas?
Lugas.
Yeah.
Lugas. Lugas, you're currently invisible. I am curious what would happen if you stood in front of where the magic was being channeled and somehow got a surge of it yourself.
Okay. I'm down. I mean...
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just gonna hang back and watch these idiots open this portal to fucking Dragon World and watch some shit kill them.
The downside is that when they open it, regardless of whether it's beneficial or not to them, is that it would probably kill my parents. So I'd like to see if maybe I can intervene in some way. So I'm hoping that Lugas getting in between the Fae and the portal and getting some of the magic in him might do something.
Okay.
Mike, is it possible that I can do something to maybe talk to the Fae? Maybe they know me? Or...
Oh, they are way too far away for that. I mean, like, so
super far away?
Yeah, like, so right. You've got like 100 goblins in front of you. Then you have the 20 goblins. You've got the portal, and behind the portal is sort of the Fae on posts tied to that the magic's being drawn from. So.
Well, if you take one out of the equation, that'll probably be enough to stop the portal from opening. But then again, you still have 100 fucking goblins there. Is there anything around that I can cause a distraction of? Since I'm invisible, is there a way I can distract?
I mean, you can certainly.
I'm thinking about distract the 100 fucking goblins and get them to fucking come towards me, and while you guys try and nab some of the.
So surely that's an option. You could certainly do that. I don't think the 100 goblins is the problem as much as the ones at the portal, but it's up to you to do what you want. So I mean.
No.
Is the portal made
I'm
of
down.
metal?
I'm down with going with Finn's idea because of the fact that, the whole vow to protect, and this is his parents. So, if that's what you guys want to go with, I'll go for that one.
All right. So you're going to stand in the way of the beam going into the portal. Is that what we're doing? Or are you taking out one of the guys doing the portal, or what's? I guess
how many Fae are being drained right now to power it right now? Can we tell that?
Say what now? Sorry, I was reading.
How many Fae are standing up there being drained?
About 40.
So there's 40 Fae with 40 objects.
No, there's only 20. There's only 20 objects. There's 20 goblins.
Are they all on a table, or are the goblins holding these 20 objects?
It's in the goblins' hands. Like I said, they're holding their hands out towards the portal itself, and they're like chanting or whatever.
All right.
Maybe I could sneak up and cut their fucking arms off.
You could definitely cut like one's arm off for sure.
Or hypothetically, since you're invisible, if they have the objects in their open hands holding them out, maybe you could just snatch the items and run by.
You could snatch maybe one, two, or three. Obviously, that sort of action would probably interrupt your invisibility because you're making contact with other things.
Is the gate made of wood or rock, or what's it made of?
It's made of maybe like a petrified like wood.
All right.
Fuck, I'm not strong enough for that one.
Nope. That's what I was
hoping. I could, however, being invisible, snatch a couple of those items and then fucking take off. But that would leave you guys in a very precarious situation. The gig would be up. So I'm
the second we piss off those goblins, all of them are going to be on us.
Right.
Yep.
and we can't fight 100+ goblins.
Damn it, man. All right, so you guys want me to, since I'm the invisible one and I can get around better, I guess I'm going to ask the group, do you guys want me to take a hit from the beam? Do you guys want me to snatch and run? I'm up for whatever.
Okay,
they
so
can't see me.
Also, Finn was asking if you could guess what might happen if Lucas stands for the beam. If you want to roll spout lore, I guess you could certainly possibly know that.
A spout lore's wisdom,
Would
or
this
would
be
I, could I
considered a
use
criminal
intelligence?
activity?
Intelligence. Say what now?
Yes.
No, it doesn't matter. He got it.
All right, cool. So what you would know is that I guess if someone's in the way of sort of magic that's being channeled, that whatever magic they're using or withholding would be stripped from them and added to whatever is happening, and it would change it in a way, but not necessarily that was predictable, because when you mix magics without sort of knowing all that's being used, it's sort of like mixing chemicals. So
Yeah, it might be awesome. You turn into Spider-Man, or it might explode like a nuke.
I mean,
And
damn it.
It's worth it, man. I mean,
Lucas doesn't have any magical items that I know of.
he does not.
No,
Because he never showed up, I guess, with my detect magic. So you don't have any items to lose, and you're not magical in and of yourself. So the shot.
All right,
I mean, I'll go for it.
sure.
What do you want me to roll on there, Mike?
Nothing.
I was gonna say he's invisible, right?
So
He
yeah.
should be able to walk up there.
So you stand in front of the magic, right? That's where we're at.
Yeah.
You stand in front of the magic, and while you're not magical, you're not carrying magical items, you are currently covered in magic that's making you invisible. And so that is stripped off of you, and it flows.
About that.
And it flows into the portal, and the portal, which was glowing sort of this yellow color, suddenly turns like a deep red, and sort of as that happens, and it's sort of reaching its climax, the portal opens. It opens.
We just opened it to Doom World.
Yep. So the portal opens, and it has this sort of like almost glassy mirror finish, and but you can see what's inside the portal is sort of a black and red sort of version of the world you're sort of looking at, not with the creatures, but just the way that it looks, and sort of at that time, something starts coming out of the portal.
Is it coming out of the ceiling of the portal?
The portal's just like a no, it's not the ceiling. Not everything comes out of the ceiling.
Yeah, it took him a second.
Yeah. So coming out of the portal,
what the hell
is this sort of grotesque, demonic, even looking beast.
What the fuck is that? He needs a dentist.
And as it comes out, it does this sort of like giant swipe, and it takes out about 10 of the goblin sorcerers and about 50 of the goblins waiting in front of the portal. And
wait, what?
It just murdered like a shit ton of goblins.
It murked half of them in a swipe?
Yeah.
No, Mist hides in a rock.
Right.
Why would they summon something that kills half of them?
Right. So
No, we did that.
And sort of right immediately after this happens, the goblins that remain all sort of draw their arms, and they start going to town on this sort of this giant beast. So what are you guys doing?
I'm watching in awe.
Yep.
What are the Fae that were used in the ritual? How are they faring?
They're still alive. They look weakened. They are still sort of tied to their posts. The sorcerers that were channeling the thing are now engaged with this sort of giant demonic-looking beast.
The fuck is that?
All right, I got two things. First, I want to ask Finn if his book on dark arts has anything on this thing.
Yeah,
Because he does have a book on that.
Yeah.
You do. Let me look. It should be under F for what the is that?
So
I mean, it's probably under Z for Zool.
you have some limited knowledge, but this looks what has been described to you before, or what is sort of written in the books as a creature from the underworld itself, the place that people go when they potentially die. This is sort of a monster from hell itself.
It's not copyrighted.
Yeah.
Doomworld is fine.
So one odd thing that happens while this is all sort of going on, Mist, you've had a stowaway on your person this whole time that maybe you were unaware of, or maybe you were aware of. I don't know.
Are we talking about Stan?
Stan.
I'm aware he's on me. I've kept him. He's my friend.
Yep. So Stan, like, sort of perks up within your person. And
within my hood.
Yeah,
because
so
that's where he sleeps.
He darts off. He leaves you, and he runs like headlong into the portal. All right. So Stan's like entered the portal.
Stan's fucking dead.
Yeah. And he's sort of just disappeared into the fray right towards the portal. And
I yell, "No, Stan! Why?"
Yeah. So he's sort of gone at the moment. Meanwhile, what are you guys doing? As this thing is like,
I would like to go release the Fae.
Yep.
And Finn's parents.
Yep.
I want to cast invisibility on myself and then start cutting the bonds holding the Fae in place, starting with my parents.
Okay. All right.
I feel like I'm way out of my depth on this.
So
I need guidance from the smarter party members.
Sure. So let me. So if you're all going to sort of like
don't fight that thing.
Right. So you're all going to go sort of help the Fae. But you are going to sort of have to like get by this thing and the fight that he's having with about 60, 70 goblins. So if I get everyone to roll Defy Danger on passing this guy.
Defy Danger.
Just so we're aware, I'm running / jumping, so Dex.
2d6.
Oh, yes!
All right.
That bitch ain't touching me.
All right.
Oh, shit!
All right. And then Jeff. Yep.
Nice.
All right, yeah, so...
Okay, so I get fucking...
Wait, Dusty doesn't have to run past this thing. He's already up there by the portal.
It came out of the portal.
It went past him and swept up the whole army of goblins that walked past his ass.
The battle is happening literally right beside him.
Right.
So, well, anyways, let's see. Mist and Aram get by with no problem. All right. And then Finn, as you're going by and the fray is happening, a loose arrow sort of just catches you sort of right across the bicep. Nothing major. You're just going to take 1 HP of damage on that.
Okay.
Now, Lugus, unfortunately, having been right there at the portal and in the middle of this fray, gets caught in sort of the battle that it's happening. He gets kicked by the monster, knocking him back several feet, and then he's going to take an amount of damage on that. So let's see what you get.
1.
So yeah, just 3 damage, and then you can deduct your armor from that. So
Okay.
as you sort of get knocked a few feet away from the monster and the fray that he's having with these goblins. So yeah, as you guys run by, the goblin casters they're casting and hitting this thing with magic missiles and sort of like flame attacks, and the archers that are around are just pegging this thing as best they can. You've got fighters and barbarians with axes and swords and spears, and they're running and jumping and slashing at this thing, and they're making some hits here and there, but he's mostly sort of just like batting them away and hitting them. And they're losing numbers. They're losing a few here and there every minute or so. But the 3 of you managed to get by and to where the Fae are. So what do you do?
Mist starts cutting all of them loose.
All right.
Same.
Yep. All right. And Aram, are you doing the same? Cutting the Fae loose? Sweet. All right. So yeah, you cut free a host. I mean, obviously, Finn, you've rescued your parents. You've cut them free. And your father and mother both sort of express their appreciation. They look weak, but they're certainly still alive. And they even express a willingness to help fight out of this or whatever. They're not so feeble that they can't contribute. You guys also cut free some other elves. You cut free some fairies. You cut free some satyrs. So all this going on, and the beasts and the goblins are sort of slowly edging your way in their fight, and the portal also still like just open, right? So what do you guys do?
I'm gonna pass. I've got 3 healing potions I got from character creation I have never used. I'm gonna give them to my parents and have them distribute to those who need it the most.
Okay, all right.
Figure if we can get some healthy Fae on our side, it might help in vanquishing this thing.
Sure.
At least covering our assets till we leave.
Yep. So they all drink maybe half the potion apiece, so they won't get the full effect. They get half effect. And so at least 3 of them are getting, or 6 of them are getting about half health back. But putting them up to a place where they feel, some vigor and vitality. So yeah, you've got a number of Fae who are your parents, and then also you've got maybe some people that they know. You've got 2 fairies, and then a satyr. You have what's a member of the Fungilia race. It's a mushroom. They're mushroom people, basically. They look like sort of like people, but with mushroom caps as heads, and they're sort of white and red, and they're
Bunch of fun guys.
Yeah, bunch of fun guys. They're druids by nature. They're all druids. And you've got 2 of those. So, all right. And then the number of other Fae also, but these are the ones that have the potion. They probably got the most fight left in them. So, what are you guys gonna get up to?
I would like to search for my medallion in the pieces that are dropped on the ground.
Yeah. Okay. So let me get you to roll on discern realities on that, I guess.
Cool.
Sweet. All right. So yes, you find your item and one other person's item. Which other person's item do you find?
I don't know. Crap. Who? I'll find Finn's.
All right. Cool. So you find those 2 items. The other 2 you don't see immediately. They could still be in the hands of because you still got about 10 goblins who are casters who have items in their hands, and they're using those to channel magic to fight. But you find yours and Finn's. You hand it to him.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. So, but the battle rages on.
I yell out to my parents, who I assume are more knowledgeable as spellcasters than I am. How do we close this portal?
So they say to you the only way to close the portal is to sacrifice someone or something at its basin to cause it to collapse. The sacrifice of a magical creature will its death will draw in the magic from the portal, closing it.
Are you
the portal
asking...
a look?
Huh?
Okay,
I
so
look at my parents.
Go ahead, man.
You could certainly kill one of the Fae that's around you and do that.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Or you could kill a monster. That'd be an option.
The giant thing that just killed half the army?
Yeah, well, it's being attacked by a multitude of people.
So if I were to charge the portal and go through, it would close.
Say what now?
If I were to run at the portal and jump through it, the portal would close.
No, you'd have to die at the foot of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
don't think it'll be hard considering what's at the foot of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. Well,
Alright.
no one has yet to
I
die
wield-
at the foot of the portal. I mean, everyone's surrounding it, but everyone's really focused on the monster. So,
You said a box better, right?
I guess I will try to go in stealthily. I'll have my invisibility up, and I'll try to get to the foot of the portal, and I guess I will have to sacrifice myself.
wow.
That's a terrible idea. Don't do that.
That is a terrible idea.
I
And
vote
am-
that I grab one of the half-dead bastards laying on the ground that's magical, and I'll just cut his throat in front of the gate. I don't care.
I'm down with that because I have fucking promise.
I have
to
flexible
protect
morals.
you.
I can be whatever the hell I want, and I'm gonna slice a goblin before I let you kill yourself in that gate.
Yeah. Well,
I'm good. I can't do that.
the goblins aren't magical creatures, so their death wouldn't do it. It'd have to be either one of the Fae or the monster.
Well,
Hmm.
let's ask one of the Fae if they're willing to do that.
Sure, okay. So you ask around, and no one seems really willing to die for that particular purpose.
No, they don't want to do that.
Mm.
I'm casting invisibility on myself.
All right.
I'm
Now-
going with a no on this. Is a bad idea.
That's a terrible idea.
So the monster can die and seal the portal,
Yes.
but it's giant and it kills 20 goblins with one.
Yeah, well, goblins are notoriously weak as well, and also because everyone's engaged in battle with it, its attention is pretty divided. So, like, you know, it's not going to be doing as much damage at this point, probably because it's trying to attack in multiple directions. So,
All right, well-
obvious weak spot, like when you play Nintendo and there's a big old jewel in its chest. You have to shoot.
not that you've discovered yet. Not that you've discovered.
That would be great.
but certainly something you might discover through combat with it.
Well,
Does
Mist
anyone
wants
have a
to
holy
attack it and stick one of the spider venom things on its ass.
Okay.
That's what Mist wants to do.
All right. All right.
Huh.
So,
There you
so
go.
you're now are you coating a blade with that, or are you just throwing the vial at it?
All I got to do is touch his ass with it.
All right. So to do that, you'd roll Defy Danger to get in close enough to touch him with it.
Well, if I'm running towards him, that would be plus Dex, right?
Yeah.
Because I'll take that. That's 8. It's in.
All right. So yeah, you run in. You put the poison on him. Of course, you're running into the fray. So as you do run in, one of the goblins that's attacking it, he sort of like grabs it and picks it up and sort of crushes it, and he goes to slam it down. It does sort of hit you just after you apply the poison, so you're gonna take some damage. But he is poisoned. He's gonna take sort of 1 HP of damage sort of every turn from here on out. And you are gonna take a little bit of damage from getting hit by the goblin. So that's gonna be 3 damage. And you can
Fat 0.
Yep. So because you're pretty armored.
Yep.
So yeah. All right.
Spider silk. It feels so good.
Yeah. It's like wearing air. Yeah. All right. Cool.
All right. Well, as Finn as I do that, I throw my middle finger up as I slide away.
Yeah. All right.
Because goblins suck.
Cool. All right.
in the air.
And so you've done that. Finn, you're currently invisible, correct?
Yes.
All right. What is Lugus doing?
God. Well, no longer invisible. Got knocked back by this damn thing.
Mhm.
Damn it.
Bless you.
I mean, I've still got plenty of hit points left.
Yep.
But this thing seems to be one hell of a bastard.
Mhm.
To say the least.
Does closing the portal kill it?
No. Well, not that you know of, anyways.
All right. Well, then fuck closing the portal. We don't need to do that right now. Let's just try to kill it, and then if that all fails, then we'll close the damn thing. I promise you that I will roll till I drag a Fey over there and kill it in front of that portal. I will do that.
If it is way bigger than me, so it's way bigger than me. It's this huge, tall, fucking demon beast, right?
Yep.
Like, I'm gonna go for a fucking leg, I guess.
All right. Have at it.
So, you know, screw it. Being the, I didn't get all dressed up for nothing. Oh shit. So that's a +2, so that's an 8.
All right. So yeah. All right. And then go ahead and roll for damage too.
Let's see here.
All right. Cool. Good. All right. So tell me how you where do you hit it? How do you hit it? Tell me about it.
So it knocks me. It knocks me back, and of course this thing's flailing around. There's shit flying all over the place. There's arrows. There's spells and this, that, and the other. So I do the best I can to dash towards it, and I'm going to try and roll, come up. I slide and I try and hack right at its shin, just above its ankle.
Okay, absolutely.
With my big ass axe.
So yeah, definitely. So you swing, you hit it. You're definitely cleaving some of the muscle tissue. It seems to be made of almost like all muscle. But you cleave, you sort of sever some of the muscle tissue. You don't know if it feels it, but you know you definitely damaged it. As you do that, one of the heads like bends down and bites you right in the shoulder, and it's going to do some damage. So just 2 damage, and your armor can ignore that. But you take a little bit of damage from the bite, and then it sort of releases as it's still sort of combating all these other things. Some of the Fae have now joined the fight. Some of them are casting spells, and also there's some immolators among them. Some of them are using Burning Brand. They've cast weapons of fire, and they're attacking this thing, sticking it into it, and it's flailing, hitting things left and right, and biting people and eating things and whatnot. What is Aram doing?
I want to take a swing at one of those heads that's bending down.
Okay.
I'm looking for a vital spot.
Sure.
So I'm gonna try to go up and get me one.
Cool. So you go to swing for the head. That's a thing. So as you're running and jumping to swing at this thing, you sort of get caught in the back by 2 magic missiles that were being cast by one of the casters, right? So you're gonna take a little bit of damage. You can take 7. Jesus, 7 damage. So you want to mark that. And it sort of blasts you out of the way as you were sort of going to make your attack. What is Finn up to at this point with his invisibility?
I am going to attempt to run up behind it, where the foot of the portal is.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I want to magic missile it in the back of the head.
Which head?
Yeah.
The main head, I guess.
Yeah, the main head. I mean,
okay.
it's got 3. I don't know if it's like a trifecta
or what.
One,
or is it this one?
Yeah.
I'll go for the one with the eye.
Okay. So it's this little guy right here.
Target the eye specifically.
Yeah.
I'll go for the myopic friend.
Yeah. All right. So let's get a
So
roll.
magic missile roll. Do I get a bonus for?
Yeah. You get
invisibility.
You take advantage. Sure.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, you gonna hit it.
All right. So aiming for the eye on that one head.
All right. So
Does the staff give me +1 to magic missile as well, or just for the casting?
for the casting?
I'll take that.
Yeah. Okay,
Damn.
great, nice. So yeah, you hit it in the eye, and sort of as you do so, the whole thing sort of shudders, and it sort of cries out in pain, reaching sort of its giant paw into the air, and you'll take an additional 4 damage. You'll be giving an additional 4 damage for hitting it in that particular spot. So what's a total of 10 damage? Yeah.
Oh,
right. Yep.
We found the magic spot.
Yep. So total success. You are for casting. You are no longer invisible. So your invisibility is over. So what's Miss doing?
Do I get any pluses for let me think here how I want to word this. For embracing my other side.
yeah. You get your amulet back and stuff. There was I don't suppose you wrote down what the pluses were from the last game?
I know what the attacks were, but not if I got pluses for anything. Because if I don't get pluses to things, I'm not going to do it.
To be honest, I don't remember. But I'd say you could take plus on your attack for it.
So it'll just add another +1 to my attack?
Yeah.
Alright, fuck it. Alright. So then, I'm just going to surprise everybody and show you what I can do. I'm going to turn into a tree ant.
Yep.
Which is going to add a +1 to my moves. And I'm going to stab that fucker in its eye.
Alright.
Yes.
So,
the old tree ant to the eye trick.
Right. So now that
yeah.
Yep.
So that's
well. Hold on. Your tree transformation works like a druid's transformation. So you basically
cool, man.
Yeah. So
what am I doing?
You're gonna roll for transformation basically, and that's gonna be plus your we'll say plus your dex. And so on a 10 plus, you basically get like 3 actions. On a 7 to 9, you get 2 actions, and then on a 6 or less, you get like no actions. So.
Okay. Well, if that's plus dex, that's 8.
Right. Okay. So you'll get 2 actions as your sort of tree and form, and you'll sort of increased armor and increased damage on that. So.
All right. So I get we'll just say a +1 to damage and a +1 to armor.
Yep.
I'll write that down so I don't forget. Yeah. So I'm gonna stab it in its eye.
Okay. All right. So then now roll for your attempt to stab.
All right. And I get nothing. Yay.
No.
2. Definitely you go in to make your attempt, but sort of as you're sort of trying to make that transformation and the attack at the same time, you trip some as you're sort of trying to do too many things at once. So as you do, you trip and fall, falling to the ground.
Oh, no.
You land on a handful of goblins, their armaments and swords and things. So you're gonna take a little bit of damage on that.
They're just gonna tickle me, right?
So that minus your armor, which I think is you've got like 4 armor at the moment, right? So
I got 3 armor. 4, yeah, with my tree, yeah, that's right. So 2.
So you only take an actual 2 damage on that.
That's not bad.
Right.
I'll take that.
So yeah, what's Lucas doing?
Let's see.
Chop it in the eye.
Yeah. I am now that he saw. Now that I saw that the magic missile hitting it in the eye did such perfect damage, I think I'm going to try and do a jumping overhand swing straight to the face right there where that eye is.
Okay, sure.
So let's pray. Omni Patri Spiritus Sancti. Bam.
Yeah.
That'll be a 10. Yep. All right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Pollo.
So then roll for damage.
I'm rolling for damage. Oh, fuck off.
Well, that's still +4, so you're gonna get 6 in total, right? So,
Okay.
So yeah, you hit in the eye. Tell me how it happens.
Okay, so it's kind of swinging down with that giant ass arm of his, and so I jump up and kind of kip up off that damn arm, come overhead with that axe, and I bury it straight in that damn eye, or at least try to.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's history.
All right, sweet. So you hit in the eye. It shudders again. You can see its body pulsate as you do it, taking some amount of damage. And sort of as you draw back, the other people in battle are seeing sort of the effect that your attacks are having on the eye. They sort of catch on, and so everyone's starting to go for that eye. So a lot of arrows and magic missiles, and people are throwing javelins and knives and whatever they can, sort of at its face. And it's definitely taking a beating. It's still taking out people left and right. It's killing goblins. It's killed a number of fae at this point. And it's sort of just wandering around and just wreaking havoc. What is Aram doing?
I want another swing at an eye, or
right.
stab at an eye.
Sure.
Hard to swing in an eye because it's in an eye socket usually.
Yep.
You get the picture.
You can poke. It's a sword, right? So you can jab.
Yeah, sword.
You put an eye out. All right, cool. And then roll for some damage.
Get it in the eye with your finger.
What? One.
Yeah.
What's the actual?
Yeah. So see you.
And people believe in God. I can't believe this. Where's your God now?
You misjudged the distance it would take to reach the eye, and so you only like mildly poke in the eye. But even a mild poke is still doing some amount of damage because it's a vulnerable place, right? So I mean, the 1 plus the 4, you're still doing d5 damage. So you definitely go with your sword, and you just barely pierce the eye. But at that time, it sort of wraps its hands around you and grabs you, and it picks you up in the air and just starts shaking you. And sort of as it shakes, you're going to take a little bit of a sort of internal damage.
A little bit of internal damage? Holy shit.
A lot of internal damage, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty messed up at this point. I'm about half hit points.
Yeah. So and eventually he sort of just like lets go of you and you fall to the ground. Meanwhile, what is Finn up to?
I was hoping I was just going to get mad enough to kill me at the base of the portal and have the portal close on it. But if this is working, this is working. I'll cast another magic missile on it.
All right.
I'm going for the eye again.
Damn.
Yes.
You gonna get that? Mm-hmm. Get it, son.
Wait, that was a D4. I was supposed to... Bad. This might be worse.
Nope.
Alright, so
almost the same.
Yeah.
Alright, now I'll roll D4 without any bonuses for damage.
Yeah.
There we go.
Alright, so yeah, you're gonna do like 9 damage.
That's pretty good.
So
Damn.
Alright, so
Depends on a roll.
Alright.
I hope he's been poisoned these days.
Yeah. Describe to me you're shooting the eye, and how does it react? What's going on?
I'm hoping to literally bust the eyeball that's in his skull with a magic missile hitting it. If anything, I want to try to disorient it so it has a harder time attacking my friends.
Yeah. Okay. It did. So definitely, it takes the hit to the eye. Does the damage? It doesn't burst the eye, but certainly all these attacks to the eye are sort of slowly blinding it, making its movements a little slower, a little less accurate. And it sort of starts stumbling back towards the portal a little bit. It is sort of standing almost 1 foot in the portal where it is now, and obviously once again the battle's still raging on around. At this point, there's only maybe about 20 to 30 goblins left, and the Fae are down to about 30 Fae. Finn, your parents are still alive. They're still going strong. They're casting some like fire magic, sort of jointly together. They seem to work very well as a team, as to be expected since they fought in the Magic War so long together. They're no strangers to battle. You sort of got the fairies. They're dive bombing it with sort of this
Nice.
like this magic aura. They're hitting at it. The satyr you helped heal is a sort of like a magic ranger. He's shooting sort of like these magic arrows at it. In the meantime, what's Mist up to?
Miss is gonna go ahead and try to poke him in the fucking eye again with my sword.
All right.
As an ent.
Int.
Oh, that's straight up happening.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Alright, so that's a +2, and then plus whatever you get for poking him in the eye.
Yeah. So you
So
get
it's 3 plus that.
That's 5. So you're getting 3 plus the 5 is 8. So you're doing 8 damage. So yeah, you stab him right in the eye as your treant. I mean, you're much larger in form, so it's not that crazy of a reach for you. But once again, he's a big hulking monster. So sort of as you do so, he takes his foot up and sort of kicks you Spartan style, and you're gonna take some damage on that as you fly backwards several feet. Get the damage. So you're gonna take 7 damage minus your armor, obviously though.
Oh.
Yep.
So 3 damage.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
but
the
you're gonna
int
fly back about 10-12 feet from his location as he's just sort of kicked you pretty far away. So in the meantime, what's Lucas up to?
Well, he seems to be very close to that portal.
Mhm.
And I think that we could probably get his ass to go in there. So you said the eye is still somewhat intact. It's not quite busted yet.
Yeah, still intact. Sure.
All right. Well, I'm about to try and crack that sumbitch open.
All right.
Let's go for it. Swing, bada. Oh yeah.
All right. So
It's
you
a
get
smart
That's
a 9 total. Yep. All right, and go and roll
That's
for
a 9.
damage. All right. So you won't crack it open, but definitely that's 4, and then plus the 4, you're doing 8 damage total. So all right, cool. As you sort of swing and hit it in the eye with your axe, it's you can see sort of the stitches around its eye sort of start popping loose a little bit. It's pretty bruised and bloody around the eye socket area, and the monster's definitely like feeling a lot of pain. You can see it sort of stumble a little bit in weakness, but also sort of at the same time, it just like punches you down after you hit it, knocking you straight to the ground beneath its feet, and you're gonna take some damage on that. So come on now, there you go. So 3 damage you'll be taking on that as you hit the ground.
Right.
Yep. Aram, what's up? What's happening?
I'm a little winded, but I gotta keep going for it. I gotta go for that eye.
Yeah.
You might have to scrape my body off the pavement, but
Yep.
we go hard or not at all.
There it is.
That's right.
All right.
Dun-dun.
Yes, and then roll for some damage too.
Yes, finally.
Nice, good roll.
Okay. So you're gonna deal the final blow to this guy.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Knock me down with your eye goop, will you?
Yep.
Take that.
Yeah.
So sort of an almost unintentional coordinated attack. You plunge your sword into his eye, and several arrows and magical blasts and whatever land all at the same time. It's just sort of like a focused attack all at one time, and his eye collapses. It just sort of explodes, and as the energy forces into his head, it blows out the back of his skull.
Yes.
And
No.
all the stitches that are holding him together sort of start to just like let loose, and sort of all the meat and internal organs and stuff start falling down in front of the portal. Finn, if I could get you to roll a Defy Danger, since you're sort of standing right behind him.
Is that Dex?
Yeah. Yeah, 2d6 on your dex. All right. So you dodge out of the way, mostly unscathed. You do sort of get hit by a few monster parts. You're going to take a little bit of damage, but nothing major on that. So, yeah, 4 damage. As you sort of scoot out of the way, as all this is sort of crumbling down on top of where you were. And so this monster dies. And as he does so, you can see sort of like the portal start to flicker. And his body pieces sort of start to like suck into it. And they all just sort of like fly right in. And as the portal is closing down, you see a small figure. You all see a small figure, sort of beginning to emerge from the portal.
Stan, is that you?
Stan.
And the portal closes, and the monster is the monster's gone. But standing in the now sort of empty portal is a gnome and a little squirrel.
Oh, really? This is where this is going, huh?
Uh-huh. So, Mist, you know this gnome. What do you say?
Damn gnome.
Be you demon or be you meep?
The gnome climbs out. Meep is meep. And
Glad to have you back, friend.
And Meep runs to you, and sort of
well, then I fucking pick Meep up and hold him.
Yeah, runs up, grabby hands, like and so yeah, you pick Meep up and stand by his side, and you throw Meep on your shoulders.
Yep.
What are you guys doing? What's happening? Conversations. What do you think?
I want to loot everything around me.
Yeah.
Also, is there a piece of this thing that I can grab and put on my necklace of collections?
Oh no! All that's been
penis.
sucked. It's all been sucked back into the portal.
Every bit of it? There's not a
that
single
would
chunk
be.
of skin or tooth or nail?
Nothing left.
It's bullshit. The klepto in me hates this.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hey, didn't Stan bring a piece back with him? I think he did.
No. Stan brought Meek back from the dead. Okay.
I still want to collect everything around me.
Yeah. Okay. So you. Yeah. What's up?
Oh, I just want to make sure my parents are good.
Yep, they're alive.
And,
So as the battle is concluded and you sort of look around you, there's like 15 goblins left, and there's the ground sort of littered with the sort of the 20 magical items that were dropped on the ground, and or trinkets as they were. There's a total of about 20 Fae left now, and you guys. So,
I guess detect magic.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
You go ahead and roll for that. Yep.
Oh
Take it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's happened.
Yeah. So you detect the magic of the face surrounding you, and you just detect some faint magic coming off some of the items that are on the ground. But beyond that, you can detect that there's a sort of a light magical sort of presence throughout the forest, in its sort of entirety, but nothing that's sort of threatening or anything like that. It's sort of just like ambient magic in the air.
Okay.
And you guys also sort of notice that the sounds of wildlife and stuff have sort of returned to the forest at this time.
Happy day.
Yep. So do you have any interactions with the goblins or the fae that are standing around?
Sure, but Mist wants to know what he found.
Okay. So there's a number of, like, I guess, goblin armaments, but it's all just sort of like small, cheaply made pieces of armor and weapons. You find a number of prayer beads. You sift through them. I assume that Aram can discern which ones are his.
Give those to Aram.
Yeah. So you find your prayer beads, and then also the brass necklace that belonged to Lugus. You find that as well, the braided brass necklace.
Also give it back to Lucas.
Yeah. And like I said, you find a number of magical items of no real seemingly major consequence, but they are there. So you can write miscellaneous magical items if you want at this time.
Done.
All right.
I stick that in my bag.
Yep. All right. So interactions. Have any questions or narratives?
One question is the Goblin Chieftain or whatever his title was. Is he still around?
So you see him sort of in the distance. He seems to be injured, but he's not quite dead yet. But he does seem to be sort of possibly dying. But he's on the ground, maybe like say 10 feet away from you.
Magic missile.
No, you don't.
No, Mister, I'm going to sacrifice myself. You can't do that. He's dead.
You're good, yeah.
Well, goblins aren't magical. He wouldn't have done crap for me. But he was going to sacrifice my parents.
Yeah.
And while I'm good aligned, there's a limit.
All right, so yeah, I will freebie that to you. You can magic
Damn.
missile him and kill him if you want to.
You magic missile the shit out of his ass.
I'll just see if I can get the magic missile, the projectile of force, to create a nice disc effect and sever his head from his body.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah. That happens.
It does
right?
that. That happened.
So when you do that, the remaining sort of 14, 15 goblins that are around you, sort of draw all their weapons in your general direction, but sort of looking around, then they lower them, and one of them sort of steps forward, and he says, "No more bloodshed shall be spilled today. Humans, leave our forest. Leave us to what is left to rebuild our civilization."
About you've forced and never come back.
He seems disinclined. You can see sort of like some disgust in his face. And he says, "This is our home. Would you take even that from us? All that we have left in this world?"
If we were not here, this creature would have taken it from you.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So he yells back at you, "It's only because of you that the summoning ritual failed. This is all your fault."
If you hadn't taken my parents, I wouldn't have come.
Fact.
So he looks disgusted. He doesn't have much to say. And they all sort of start heading back in the direction of their homes. They start walking in that direction. Do you do anything?
Mist wants prizes. We can.
I'm not doing anything yet.
Are the Fae standing around still? Is that what you said?
Yeah. The Fae. There's about 20 Fae still left. So.
All right. I want to talk to the Fae.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you talk to the Fae. You find out that they've all sort of been collected in the last about year. It seems like the goblins, when the hobgoblin was killed, it was keeping them sort of trapped in this forest. They went out into the world and started collecting the various Fae that they could. You're not no one is quite sure how they learned to manipulate magic using items and other creatures. But they've been living in isolation for the last 200-ish years. One of the Fae, a fairy, is kind of still like eyeballing you and Meep in particular. and she flies over in your general direction, and she says, "Have you been to this forest before?"
That would be affirmative. About 200 years ago.
She said, "I thought I recognized you. It's been so long. You were the ones that freed us from our enslavement, from the evil banshee Helba."
That is correct. I was there. I did do that.
She says, "As soon as you defeated it, you disappeared. What happened?"
I got thrown into the future.
She looks puzzled. But
Don't worry, I was also puzzled by it.
yeah. She says, "Are you aware of the tragedy that's befallen this universe since you've left?"
Nope.
She said, so she tells you about the Magic Wars. She said it wasn't long after you left. She said that the Minotaurs and the dwarves started working together to sort of end magic. From what she recalls, they were working under the guise, or under the tutelage of a god. His name was Lu. He was, from what she heard from rumblings and whispers, he was a dryad and a god of the Tuatha De Danann. And it was him that sort of organized this war on magic in an effort to create peace and harmony and order through oppression. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks for the info, fairy lady.
Right. So and she sort of bids you thanks again. Because it was you and your group that sort of freed them from the trance that they were in. So, and then she sort of flies off.
Cool.
So, but at this time, you guys got your items back. The goblin scourge is over. Seems like whatever badness was in the world that was threatening it's probably still there. The thing the goblins were running from. So, but that's a story for a different time, I guess, as it were.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, any other questions or interactions you guys want to have the NPCs wandering around?
Miss sits on ground and pouts.
I'll relate to
wants treasure.
relate to my parents that we have a mutual friend in the town that we just came from, where the blacksmith was.
Oh yeah. So they
in case they need to get some help on their feet.
Yeah, they said, "How is old Agar? Is he doing well?"
He seems to be doing pretty well for himself. He's got a nice thing going there.
Cool. And they say, was his son with him?
Out of character, was his son with him?
No, he was not.
I don't recall. Okay, I guess not.
Him,
So
yeah.
no, just saw him.
Yep.
Didn't see his son.
It's like, oh, that's a shame. He was such a lovely lad. He was working for the Resistance. So, so yeah.
Didn't see him.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, yeah, you guys sort of, are you leaving the forest? Are you exploring the forest any further? What's happening?
Mist explores stuff. He wants treasure.
Yeah.
I'll explore as well.
All right, cool. All right.
Yeah, so
will I.
So, yeah, you look
I'm
around.
pretty emotionally satisfied with my prayer beads, but I guess I'll go along for the ride.
Yeah, so you look around. There's not much in the way of things to sort of discover. Any treasure that's been in the area has probably been looted by the goblins, or maybe even the cultists. Who knows? So there's not a lot that you find as you explore. It is sort of a fantastical forest. It seems to be never ending, and there's sort of a lot of beautiful foliage and sort of mystical looking areas. So,
miscarves into a tree. Fuck this place. I'm done.
The tree calls back F you. And then it kills you. No, I'm
Oh, sure.
A chimera
drops from its branches.
Yeah.
Oh god, not another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, please not another one.
A manticore falls from the trees.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah, I
Damn.
mean, so your sort of your quest is more or less over. I'll say you guys head back to the town where the blacksmith was to sort of drop off Finn's parents. Does that sound pretty reasonable?
That's good. Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, that'd be a good phase of plan.
Yep. He certainly welcomes them with open arms and offers them sort of a place to stay to get up on their feet and whatnot. And they seem eager to get back to the resistance, but there's not a lot of that left at the moment. But
I say we go get a drink.
yes. All right.
Sounds good to me.
Yep. So yeah,
Yeah, maybe
thumbs
my troll friend dude will be there.
you go into the bar, and of course the orc, Grigori the orc bard, is in there as always. And he sees you walk in. You know, Meep's still on your shoulders, and he says, "Yep." He says, "I see you found a friend."
I did. You should recognize him from back in the day.
Yeah. Well,
He was lost, and we found him again.
He conveys because obviously you guys returned when you returned to Into the Future. He was the first person you guys came across,
And then we were without.
Yeah. And he says, "I thought the little one was dead. That's what you told me."
He was dead. He came out of a portal from hell.
Yeah.
Looking at those people.
Yeah.
Portal from hell.
So yeah. So for the rest of you, Meep very briefly introduces Meep's self. Meep doesn't have pronouns, so Meep is Meep, which is curious. But Meep is a gnome. Meep is Meep. Meep is a gnome who harbors some hatred towards Fae in general. Maybe not so much now, but definitely at one point in time, Meep's mission in life was to murder all of the Fae.
Dear Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hates Fae.
But Meep died at the hands of goblins.
Yeah, that was true.
A long time ago.
During the let's go look in this village side quest.
Yeah. So so the orc sort of welcomes you, and y'all have a drink. He says, "Rounds are on me."
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and he pulls out a small bag of gold and throws some gold on the counter for the bartender. He says to you guys, "Listen to this. I've recently gotten word from some of my contacts in the Resistance." He says, "Look, something big is going down. It seems like there are two gods that are going to war, and it's the likes that might tear this world asunder." He says the gods of the Tuatha De Danann and Fomorians are back. It seems that Baelor has been risen, and he's declared vengeance on all mankind. And his son Lu has been the shadow force behind the Minotaurs this whole time, and will not stand for Baelor's resurrection. It doesn't look good for our world. So.
Well, I'm not down with that.
Yep.
Awesome. I feel like this may be a cousin or something of mine. That's great.
So, that's sort of like,
Now I'm going to order shots.
Yeah. So that's once again that's a problem for a different quest. But you all guys sort of drink the night away and have a good time, and sort of that's where we close on this particular scene. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
You got your
Right?
Yeah, you got your stuff back. Yeah, good times. So I will say to you guys, and I'll send you an invite. We're going to be doing a joint campaign. So this campaign and the previous 2 campaigns have all been set in the same world. They've all affected each other, and happened in sort of the same progressive timeline. So the next campaign starting next week is going to be 8 to 10 people. So it's going to be a little hectic, but essentially you're going to try and thwart the destruction of the world.
I'm down.
I'm down.
Yep.
Control Z.
Roll Z.
He's like, undo. So yeah, but so I'll send y'all the invite via messengers if y'all want to join that game. So should be
Absolutely.
Is it the same night and time?
Yeah, it'll be Thursday nights, 9:30 to 11:30. So it'll be another sort of like
Cool
4-week campaign. You don't have to join, but you can. So
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
I will be there.
Yeah.
I've already signed up.
Yeah. So should be
I may not be able to make that.
yeah, that's fine. Like I said, it's optional. There'll be a number of people, so it's just sort of we'll get together and do the thing.
Sweet.
But check your calendar. Like I said, if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. The first night will just be character introductions. So the very first night, session 1, because we have so many people, people sort of be reintroducing their characters so that everyone sort of gets to know each other. And I'll have everyone write at least one bond for someone that their character hasn't met yet. So that way we can sort of like bond people together a little bit for this joint venture. So
Okay.
yeah, thank you guys for playing. Yeah, did y'all have fun?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah, cool.
That was a good